On December 8th, Bashar al-Assad fled from Syria. The regime fell. It's been 18 days since then. Syria now has new leaders. They have formed the government. There is talk of reform. The world is engaging with them. It looks like a new beginning for the country. Yet the past still looms large. Syria may be free, but still very fragmented. And that is giving rise to unrest. In the last 3 days, there have been multiple clashes in Syria. People have been killed, curfews have been imposed, and the new government is struggling to keep things under control. The first incident was in Tartous. It's a Mediterranean port city. Syria's security forces there wanted to arrest a former officer, one who was part of the Assad regime. But once they reached there, they were ambushed. Assad loyalists attacked them. The officer's brother intercepted the forces. Armed men attacked them. Their patrol vehicles were targeted. 14 policemen were killed. 10 others were injured. Soon, massive protests broke out in the city. The second incident was in Homs, another city in western Syria. Protests broke out here too, but this was over a viral social media video. It showed an attack on an Alawite shrine. The residents did not take it well. They descended on the streets to protest. There were some gunshots too. The Interior Ministry says the video is old. It's from late November when the rebel offensive was underway. They also don't know who attacked the shrine. They say it was by unknown groups. But that has not quelled the protests. And beyond Tartous and Homs, demonstrations also broke out in other parts of Syria, like the port city of Latakia and Assad's hometown of Kardaha. Now, all of these incidents have something in common. It is the Alawite community. They are a sect of Shia Islam, but they have their own distinct beliefs and practices. And this sets them apart from Shia and Sunni Muslims. The Alawites are one of the biggest minorities in Syria, making up for about 10% of the population. Historically, the Alawites were marginalized. They faced constant oppression. But that changed with Hafiz al-Assad, the father of Bashar al-Assad. The Assad family is Alawite, and they ruled Syria for 5 decades, which gave the community some serious clout. But now that the Assad regime has fallen, the Alawites face an uncertain future. Many of them fear revenge.
There is no need for the events that happened in Tartous, and HTS must hit those who went out in protests with an iron fist because we were under the control of a bad regime. While they're going out and doing all this chaos, there will be no civil war. All those were remnants of the previous regime.
Some of these fears are justified. Extremist rebel groups have threatened the Alawites before. There are videos of them saying that we will slaughter the Alawites. And all of this has alarmed the community. They fear that they will pay the price for Assad's crimes. But Syria's new rulers have been quite clear in their messaging. The HTS has reached out to Alawite leaders. They have tried to engage with the community. They have published multiple statements, all of them saying that minorities will be respected and that the real enemies are not the Alawites, but the people linked to the Assad regime.
There are two sects, the Alawite and the Assadi. The Assadi sect, who are trying to destabilize the security of our country, they will be burnt. Syria is ours. Syria is for everybody. It is not for the Assad family, and there is no fear in the new government.
We will have to see if the HTS sticks to its words. In the meantime, the Alawites are caught in a limbo. The mistrust between communities is deep-seated. They fear retaliation, and it's this fear that is feeding the unrest. The new government in Damascus is struggling to address it, and that perhaps is the biggest challenge for Syria's new leaders, to build a future without repeating the mistakes of the past. Can Syria turn its fragile peace into lasting progress? Or will old wounds reopen to define its new chapter? For now, all eyes are on Damascus.